Welcome to a new video in my home automation channel, which it looks like it's turning into a food channel, but it's not. So I got a new product from Sonoff, which is actually, if I remember correctly, it is getting released on the 28th of November. Maybe by the time this video is out, it's going to be 28th. Maybe it's sooner, I'm not really sure. But that's one of the new products. There will be another one, which I will be reviewing shortly. And as you can see, it's a barbecue meat thermometer. I'm not really sure what's the decision behind, new products and, how they decide what product to launch, because that's not strictly related to, smart home stuff. But I guess if you need a little bit of help in your home, just to automate your home, you might need a little bit of help in your cooking skills. I certainly do, because I'm not really a cooking guy. I don't do a lot of barbecue, although whenever I do some barbecue, the kids love it and my wife loves it as well. But I can certainly use some help, because I don't do a lot of experimentation, so things either turn out to be okay or a little bit more okay or just the usual. But with a little bit of science, maybe I can be better. So this means I might be less authentic when it comes to barbecue thermometers, but if you're a beginner as well, hopefully you find this useful. So what we have is obviously a barbecue or a meat thermometer, which comes with two different probes that you can see here. And by the way, this unit can support up to 4 probes. And then you have 4 probes to measure 4 different, pieces of meat. Or, I mean, if you are cooking, pasties, the same stuff, chicken drumstick or, beef patties, then I guess you can just use one as well. But anyway, there's 2 provided. And you have this box which, shows you the temperature, and it also has Bluetooth and it connects to your phone. So your phone is able to do, the same stuff what this unit does. I mean, obviously it's going to show you the temperature from the probe, and it's also going to do some logging, and you can switch between different probes, and then it draws a history chart. You can set a preset temperature, and it's going to give you warning if your meat goes above the temperature. And you can also save these, and then you can just recall them. Okay, like last week I did this barbecue, or this chicken wings or whatever, and it turned out to be really good. So you can take some notes as well, like, okay, this is what I did, like that was the setting on the barbecue, maybe what was the outside temperature. So I guess everything just goes into that. So you can take some notes, you can save those measurements, and recall them for later. Because I very occasionally cook, and just like with things that I do or very occasionally, by the time I do it for the second or third time, I usually forget about it. So we are not planning to cook anything in the near future, so I just turned on the oven set to 100 degrees, and I just placed the 2 probes. You can see one of the probe, if I can get it to focus. So one of the probe is placed on that metal thing, and it just pushed into it. And the other probe is just laying back on the grill a little bit further behind. And that's how she looks like. So the number is blinking because for the first probe I set a threshold temperature of 63 degrees, and now it's above. And on the second probe it's 90 degrees. And you can see that the one which has the warning is flashing. And of course, when it has gone above the 63, then it was beeping. This unit was beeping, and the phone was beeping as well. And when I acknowledged the warning on the phone, then this stopped beeping as well. So so you need the phone in order to set up the thresholds, but after that you don't need it, because then it's, it just works. And on the phone, you can see the temperature, and you can see a little graph. And I did leave this phone on while I was in the kitchen, but then I had to, then I just switched to, TikTok, and I was watching videos, and also I had to go out to answer the door and see the postman. And it seems that it just keeps recording. So yeah, probably you need to, be on this screen for a stable connection. But even if I'm not on the screen, it seems to be working fine. And you can see probe 1. And if I select probe 2, Let's probe 2, and it shows the history. And as you can see, 30 minutes. So it started recording when I turned the oven on, and it kept recording all the way through. So it really does record even if you are, in the next room, and if you're using another application. Probably it's safer if you stay on this screen, as the message states here. So that's it. So I think, yeah, I can download this. Let's see how this download looks like. Okay, so first of all, let's see what comes in the box. So I haven't really mentioned, but this is called the BMT01. So barbecue meat thermometer 01. Maybe there's going to be a 02 as well. So you get this leaflet, which tells you all about, what you need to do, how you need to set it up. And there is also a pouch that you can use to store the thermometer and also the 2 temperature probes. And in the box you also get this thing that you can clip between your grill and then use these holes to put the probe in for storage, or if you want to just put the probe somewhere. And I think I also forgot that you get, I left it on the oven, but you're going to see it later in the video. But you also get this metal hook, so you can put this hook onto your barbecue or oven or whatever, and then just have this probe or the display unit just to hang there for the duration of your cooking. And that's pretty much it. You also get some some documentation. By the way, you can see how they intend to use that hook, and how that probe clip can also be used, maybe just to measure the ambient temperature inside your oven. And then that's it. Oops. And there are some instructions what not to do. I don't really want to go into the documentation because it only talks about some like straightforward stuff, and there is obviously a lot of text in multiple languages, and you can use the QR code which is on the back of the device, like here, just to scan this device. So it is very easy to add. And by the way, this doesn't work over Wi-Fi, but this communicates, the phone communicates with the main unit over Bluetooth. So there is obviously a range thing, so your phone has to be close to the actual measurement unit, or this unit, in order to receive the temperature readings. I did tested it across a single wall when I was in the other room, and I also went to answer the door when the postman came. So it does survive some sort of interruptions, but in general I think you should be close to the actual cooking place when you are using this device, assuming that you want all the phone functionality and you want the logging and everything. Okay, let's go back to the units. So that's the inside unit, and it is very simple. As you can see, big screen which shows the temperature. There are 2 ports on the side for the temperature probes. There are 2 other ports on the other side for more temperature probes. You have this button which basically, turns on the backlight, and it cycles through all the temperature probes. Obviously it cycles through 2 because I have 2, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't really do anything else if I long press it. And you have a button on the side. This is the on-off button, so you have to hold it for a couple of seconds in order to turn the unit on or turn this on off. And you can see that there is a battery indicator. There is this sign which says which shows that it's Bluetooth connected, and that the temperature unit is Celsius, which can be changed in the app. On the back side of the unit you have a stand. So that's sort of like a kickstand that you can use to prop it up, or maybe just to hang based on that. But you also have this loop here for mounting and hanging. And by the way, it just uses 2 AA batteries, which you have the battery compartment here. So, nothing special, standard 2 AA batteries. Sorry, AAA batteries. And the probes look like this. So long metal probes with a little bit of pointy end. There are some plastic sleeves or silicone sleeves, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep them. That's probably good enough for shipping. I think this is plastic, so probably that's insulated, so you can hold on to this, but I haven't tried it yet, so don't take my word for that. And the cable has this nice metal braiding, which is obviously pinch resistant, so you can like I did, you can close the oven door on this one. So that's what you get, and you also get this clip which I showed you, and I brought the magnet as well. So this is just a piece of hook with a magnet at the end, so you can stick it onto the, onto the oven or any metal surface and use this to hang the thermometer like that. So very thoughtful. I like this. Actually, I bought this one for a different project on AliExpress recently. I just didn't show you because I plan to use this in my holiday home just to hang some Christmas light or fairy lights, and I thought it's nicer to use these metallic hooks rather than zip tying it to the terrace, which is like has this metal trusses. But anyway, so that's a nice touch. Okay, so let me go into the app now. As I said, if you want to set this device up, you get this confirmation when you leave the screen. So anyway, so you can do like plus and scan, and then scan the QR code, and then the device will be detected in a couple of seconds, because obviously when it's turned on, it's the Bluetooth is active, and then you have this new device, and that's the that's the screen that you get. And of course now, because I've gone out and back, oh no, I do have the history. So I thought it's going to lose the history, but no, I probably just pauses the recording, so it wouldn't record. So it looks like that it keeps recording even if I switch to a different application, but probably you have to leave the EV-Link application in this screen, and then it will still be able to record in the background as assuming that it's in the Bluetooth range, because you see this text in the top which says keep this screen on for a stable connection, but it seems to be stable even if you leave that screen. So what you see here, it shows it's connected, it shows the battery, and it shows the current temperature, and then it also shows a history. You can switch between the different probes here, and I mean, I only have probe 1 and 2. It really depends on which port you plug the probes into. And you have two more features. Here you can set a temperature alert or temperature preset, and all it does basically, if the temperature goes above this temperature, then the phone starts beeping and this unit starts beeping as well. That's why I said I mean, I don't know whether it's sending this threshold to the unit or it's just sending the alerts to the unit. So I'm not really sure if you need to have the phone around for that alert to work or not. But yeah, that's how it works. And you can see the different temperatures here. And these can be set per probe. So obviously, if you have two different foods, which, I mean, you can't have vastly different foods, but again, if you have two different foods, you can set the one probe to one and the other probe to the other, or of course, set both of them to the same. But yeah, you have this option, and it also looks like that these presets seem to also influence how the the graph is scaled, because here you see it goes all the way to 300 and the other one stops at 150, and then you can go here and you can see some data as you move your finger over the scale or the graph. And you also have a stopwatch, so you can do like stopwatch thing. It looks like it has some translation issues. I'm not really sure why you would need seconds, but who am I to judge how they designed this software? So it's hours, minutes, and seconds, and then you say okay, I'm going to cook for 10 minutes, and now you can start a 10-minute timer, and it just shows you the elapsed time. So yeah, that's all. And just below the graph, you have two more buttons: the delete button, so you can clear the graph, and the save button to also save it. I mean, that's blue one, that's the save button right here. And all it does is that for it doesn't create a CSV or anything like that, but it just saves this graph, and then you can assign a note to that as well. And here on the top right corner of the graph, you see this icon, and if I click on it, this is where these saved, let's say, sessions are stored. So this is what I did. So the the oven was on for half an hour, I was testing it. It was set to the beef, and that's how the graph looked like. And I can add some notes. So as I said, what you did, how long you were cooking, maybe your preparations. So you can take some notes, and then you can come back to this if you forget how you were cooking beef, last time around, which could have been a couple of months ago. Yeah, decent feature. I have no information how much this is going to store. in the history, and I don't even see, oh yeah, that you have an edit here. So you can just select and delete it if you don't need that anymore. So maybe you can use this to keep your, best attempts, best recipes up here. Yeah, it's a valid functionality. Okay, probably the only thing which is left is just to look at some settings. We do have a few settings here. Obviously, software version, battery management, that's quite interesting. So, battery size, I don't know why I can select these. I mean, definitely there is, a AAA battery door, but I'm guessing maybe this battery management is going to get utilized in some other products as well. And it shows the capacity, and you can also, you get some guides and links to AliExpress and Amazon how you purchase battery. Interesting. Probably not something that I would check very often. I can order my batteries myself. Anyway, assign location, you can change the temperature unit. So for folks in the US, of course you can change to Fahrenheit, and then everything in the app is going to change to Fahrenheit. So if I do this, I don't know, I mean, okay, yeah, it just redo the graph, obviously calculated this, and then the settings change to Fahrenheit. So very sensible. It makes sense. They do it for everything on the screen. Let me change back to Celsius. You can do also calibration. So if you feel that your probe is off, you can calibrate it, and you can do this calibration for every single probe separately. So that's actually nice. And go back, and you can set up, well, you can enable the sound or the vibration alert, and you can do also this pre-temperature alert. Okay, and the rest of it is just settings for the manufacturer ID, and that's it, nothing else. I'm just playing around with the probe. Rubbing, so it's already 35 degrees. Yeah, the probes are quite responsive. It looks like that the update from the unit to the application, or maybe like, probing the temperature is every so, like, every couple of seconds. So I guess that's a reasonable frequency for an application like this. So I think that would be all for today about this barbecue meat thermometer sensor from Sonoff. If you are interested in this, as usual, there is going to be affiliated links in the video description. But I think that should be all for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one.